Hey everyone, Shannon Willits here, and today I want to talk with you about the diaphragm. The diaphragm is the missing link to a functional, stable core. So there's a lot of talk these days about core strength and core stability, and I want to clear up a few things about what it actually means to have a functional, stable core and the difference between abdominal strength. So stability is everything. The connective tissue, or fascia, is the stability system of the body. Think of it like scaffolding under your skin. I've worked with some pretty strong folks that come in and they tell me they do 100 crunches per day. And then what we uncover is that because of the overworking of the abdominals, they're actually really weak and unstable. Yeah, their abs are strong. However, when they stand up, they look like they're still in the crunch position, which looks like this. And you can imagine how that distorted posture inhibits good range of motion in the other joints. And so it's a perfect storm for injury. So muscle imbalance is traditionally viewed as the root cause of poor posture or alignment. And this approach implies an easy, quick fix that works on every body. And this actually is the primary flaw of the traditional model. Current fitness techniques are based primarily on muscular imbalance. So while alignment and imbalance should be part of the assessment, we really need to evolve this model because humans are task-oriented. This means that we usually don't think about movement, we just move. The body does not use single muscles to move. It uses movement patterns, neurological movement patterns. So muscular strength isn't the same as stability. Superficial muscles can be overly strong because they're overly recruited. And recruitment just means that you're subconsciously using your stronger muscles because it's easier and more efficient. And muscle weakness is not really caused by a lack of strength or exercise. Instead, it's caused by a neurological inhibition rather than a lack of strength. And neurological inhibition means that the body will recruit the stronger superficial muscles because it's just easier to use the strong muscles to complete the task. And the task-oriented human will always choose the path of least resistance. And that is just the way it is because humans are built for survival and efficiency. Think in terms of surviving an encounter with a lion in the jungle. Your body's going to choose the fastest, easiest, most efficient way to get away. And you're not thinking about proper recruitment or patterns. And that's how it is in the jungle of our life. Subconsciously, we're acting and reacting to the external environment. So it only makes sense to think of a functional core as a mechanism that is reflexive. New science tells us that imbalances in posture and muscle recruitment are secondary components that are actually symptoms of a greater cause outside of the muscle system. Treating the muscles without addressing the neurofascial system will always exacerbate the imbalance. A simplified model of the neurofascial system is what in MEL we call the autopilot. And think of the autopilot as the body's brain. The autopilot is facilitating an incomprehensible amount of communication to protect, balance, and stabilize your body, all the while locating your body's center of gravity without your conscious awareness. When the autopilot is inefficient, your internal resources are stressed and aging is accelerated. Our body responds to autopilot inefficiency by fixating the spine to keep your nerves from being compressed, which inhibits proper muscle recruitment and timing. This is the underlying cause of muscle imbalance, the associated postural distortions, and the subsequent pain cascade. This reflexive core mechanism supports and stabilizes our organs. The deep stabilizing muscles, the pelvic floor, transverse abdominis, multifidus, within this mechanism function involuntarily without our thought via the diaphragm. Think of a three-dimensional web of seamless connective tissue that connects the diaphragm and the stabilizing muscles. So we also have a rooted core mechanism that runs from head to toe. This rooted channel of fascia shares some of the same connective tissue as the reflexive core and houses the psoas muscle, which is heavily over-recruited. The rooted core grounds you, works with gravity, and keeps you balanced and centered over your 2 feet. The rooted core mechanism supports, protects, and stabilizes our spine. When the diaphragm doesn't function properly because of postural distortions, the deep stabilizing muscles within the reflexive and rooted core mechanisms cannot function because they are inhibited. Addressing the stabilizing muscles with strength exercises is inefficient without restoring balance to the neurocore. In other words, the stabilizing muscles remain inhibited regardless of the exercise. Stuck stress in the diaphragm and imbalance between the reflexive and the rooted mechanisms are a leading cause of low back pain. Therefore, the doorway to a stable, functional, subconsciously performing core is via the diaphragm. In MELT, we use the rebalance sequence to help your autopilot be more efficient and connect to your center of gravity, rehydrate and mobilize the diaphragm, and balance the reflexive and the rooted core mechanisms. All of this is necessary for your stabilizing core muscles to work in perfect timing without you thinking about it. There are no crunches in MELT. There are no hundreds, no roll-ups, no oblique twists, no side bends in MELT. And I'm sorry, but no, you can't think your way to a functionally performing core. Believe me, I have tried. And no, you should not hold your tummy in all the time, because guess what? You're gonna forget. And by the way, it doesn't work. So I want you to remember, humans are task-oriented. The body will choose the path of least resistance and compensate to achieve the task at hand, always. So whether it's walking to the mailbox, dancing the cha-cha-cha, lifting weights, power shopping in the mall, or running a marathon. To overcome this, we have to have a better hydration in our neurofascial system, improve communication with the autopilot, balance the reflexive and rooted core mechanisms, and mobilize the diaphragm. Otherwise, you're just strengthening your compensations, creating a perfect environment for injury and accelerated aging. And who wants that? Not me, and hopefully not you. So I hope you found this helpful. And when you sign up for a MELT workshop, I'll teach you the rebalance sequence, and I'll teach you everything you need to know to tap into your reflexive and your rooted core mechanisms. So hope to see you in class. Bye.